Let me talk to ya about the hawk Tuah girl. Okay, that was a very bad opener. Don't click off the video just yet, please. What is up, people? This is your Team for Review. Today we're gonna be talking about the hawk Tuah girl, Haley Welsh. Now, if you don't know who Haley Welsh is, Haley Welsh was pretty much a normal white suburban girl who got famous for saying the word hawk Tuah on a street interview.
What's one move in bed that makes a man go crazy every time?
You gotta give him that hawk Tuah and spit on that thing. You get me?
I don't get you. I think you gotta demonstrate.
Hawk Tuah and spit on it.
She was out there having fun with a friend of hers, and then this one dude asked her, what does a man want, or what is like the best sexual act that you can perform on the man? And she said hawk Tuah. Pretty much, if you don't know what hawk Tuah is pretty much spitting on the male genitalia before oral sex. So pretty much this clip went floating around, and then this girl's starting to catch a buzz out of nowhere for some reason. You know, I'm exactly like you. Like, I'm confused as to why we made this woman famous. This woman is probably like my age, around 21, 22, something like that. And now with her newfound fame, she can do whatever she wants, which is, you know, good on her. I'm gonna be a bit neutral about this woman and her fame and all that. I see on the internet, I see it on Twitter, I see it on Instagram, I see it on TikTok. A lot of people are hating on this woman for the sole purpose that they don't understand why she's famous. It's a bit understandable to not understand why this woman is famous, but to hate on her is kind of a stretch in my opinion. This woman did not ask for fame. She probably didn't even know that this clip was going to be viral. It's not like at this specific time that she decided, okay, let me say hawk Tuah, and then in 2-3 months get millions of dollars because I said 2 words. But from what I see on the internet, she's using her 15 minutes of fame to actually do good in the world.
Everybody in the comments is saying how I have 15 minutes of fame, and if that's the case, then I'm going to spend it doing something good. Today, we're taking all of this down to the local animal shelter and donate.
On the PetSmart and splurge.
Just to watch him shatter.
Now, recently she's doing a podcast, and that podcast is powered by Jake Paul's media company, Better. And I heard somewhere that most of the money that she's using from doing that podcast, she's gonna do it to donate to animal shelters. I think one of the reasons why people hate the hawk Tuah girl is because of the misconception that, oh, you know, she might be an internet hoe. I mean, the first time that we heard of this girl, she was literally talking about oral sex, which is kind of degenerate, of course. But at the same time, as I said again and again and again, she didn't ask for fame. The internet made her famous, and then they want to turn around and get mad because they made another random person famous or something that's, you know, goofy. I mean, that's what happens in meme culture anyway. So although I don't really agree with her being hated on, I still don't think that her podcast is for me. But we're gonna be here still watching a few segments of the hawk Tuah podcast, and I'll be giving my thoughts on the podcast.
It's time to get out of the bed and quit rotting.
Haley, get up.
All right, I'm ready to talk. So I wanted to start my podcast out here in Belfast, Tennessee, where I was born at and where I've been ever since until a few weeks ago when everything changed. No, really, I even learned that you can't bring a box cutter on a plane.
The whole time. It went right over my head. I hated history in school, and I was just...
Well, what's the point of memorizing any history? Because we've now learned that none of it was true.
Half of it.
When I grew up, I don't know if this is even what you learned in school, I learned that the Native Americans and the Pilgrims had a fun dinner.
That's what I got from
I learned that they put on their best shoes with buckles and their best hat, and they all sat down.
I like that now this woman that is popular for now saying hawk Tuah is doing a podcast episode with Whitney Cummings as her first episode. I think that's kind of hilarious. Yeah, I mean, it's not for me. I mean, I only watched 3 minutes of it now, and I'm already bored, to be honest. But again, no hate to this woman. I think that she should still branch out and do whatever she likes and donate to charity and do all that good stuff. And just do whatever she wants to do, because this is social media, and I think people can do a lot of great things with their earnings on social media. And if she wants to do that, then you know, all power to her. But me personally, I'm gonna have to pass on this podcast. But yeah, honestly, that's just it. I mean, the humor isn't really for me, to be honest. I mean, I kind of understand who this you know, kind of like the demographic that she's going for with this podcast. So yeah, this was my opinion on that. Yeah, pretty much it. She was probably just a normal suburban girl living in Tennessee before all this, and now that she has the money and the resources, she's actually using that to do good in the world, which I think is pretty cool. And she also seems to be pretty humble. So me personally, I don't really understand the hatred towards this girl, although her podcast kind of looks like trash, to be honest. It's personally not for me, but if people want to watch that podcast, you know, let them watch the podcast. It's whatever, to be honest. If I was in her shoes, I would probably do the same thing. doing, profit off the 15 minutes of fame to just do good in the world, donate to charity and shit like that. So yeah, this has been your boy Yatsumi432, and I'll see you guys in the next video. I'll talk to ya later. Okay, no, that was a bad joke. Peace.